All right, I want to start this video out with a quote by Andrew Carnegie. He says 90% of all millionaires become so through owning real estate. More money has been made in the real estate than any industrial investment combined. The wise young man or wage earner of today invests his money in real estate. You heard it from Andrew Carnegie, one of the most wealthy men in history. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to become a millionaire through real estate. Hey guys, welcome back. I've got several practical steps to take for you, some exercises you're going to want to do, and exactly what to do to become a millionaire in real estate. You know, Robert Kiyosaki says it best, buy assets, not liabilities. Let me just give you the definition between assets and liabilities. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. So one of the biggest things that Robert Kiyosaki argues with all the time is your home is not your biggest investment. Your home is not an investment because it takes money out of your pocket. I am personally in this exact situation right now. We are having to fix our house up. We have a roof leak, so we're putting a new roof on our home. We're having it painted because, the previous owners had 5 children and 4 dogs. So imagine moving into that. My wife's got you better have it painted by Thanksgiving. So the painter's there today. But this is taking money out of my pocket as I stand here. Money's literally flying out of my pocket. Nothing's putting money into my pocket. So that is not an asset. Your home is not an asset. And that's what Robert Kiyosaki preaches. I'm all for buying assets. This is how you become a multi-millionaire in real estate. And there's a few ways to do it. And it's one of those things that takes time. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is going to take a lot of work, a lot of study. If you're not willing to study the market and know what's going on, real estate is probably not for you. This is going to take time. There's a great book out there called The Miracle Morning. I read this early on starting my real estate career, and I had to be on at my job by 6 a.m. That was the Army post. We had to do physical training. So I would get up at 4 a.m. and work my real estate business from 4 to 6 a.m. And then when I would get home at 7 p.m. at night, after we put the babies to bed, I would do it again and over and rinse and repeat. After years of doing this, we finally hit millionaire status with the amount of equity that we have in all of our properties, the cash flow coming in. Now, we're not lavishly spending it on boats and yachts and none of that stuff. That's not what millionaires do. They're very frugal. They put their money back into their business. They reinvest in themselves and others, in teams. Guys, team is absolutely powerful. You show me a business owner that's struggling and dying and just not enjoying what they're doing. I'll show you a business owner that's a one-man show. They don't have a team. So very valuable. You got to look at your team as investments, not expenses. So there's an old saying that, if you enjoy what you do, you don't work a day in your life. So you've got to be passionate about this. So if you do anything that you're passionate for long enough, you're going to get some financial rewards in it. I can show you 10 properties that we own today. Now, they're not paid for free and clear. There's mortgages on some of these properties, but I can show you 10 properties that we own today that have well over $100,000 of equity in them. What is equity? So for instance, if I've got a parcel, or let's just say a property, a building that's worth $200,000, it could be a home that a renter's in, worth $200,000, and I owe $100,000 on it. That gives me a difference of $100,000 in net worth or equity. If I look at 10 of my properties that all have over $100,000 in equity, that makes me a millionaire. Now, granted, you've got to have cash flow too to pay for these properties because there's going to be repairs, there's going to be things needed. You're going to have to pay taxes, yada, yada. You got to keep the electric on, all these things that you need to account for. All right, let's get to why you came here, how to become a millionaire in real estate. I got to give you the steps to take. First, you got to pick the path. What are you going to invest in? My favorite thing is land. Obviously, I'm wearing a shirt about it, but I love land because I've built a passive income with land that helps me buy the houses, buy the apartment complexes, buy the commercial building. When I say buy these things, yes, we still use debt. We still use other people's money or banks to help us do it, but we put large chunks of money down. We're not over leveraging ourselves, and we're letting other people pay for this debt. Other people's money is paying the other people's money. Think about what I just said there. I'm borrowing other people's money to buy this real estate, the office building that we used to work out of that's now rented out, the apartment complexes, the houses, the other land that we buy to turn around and sell on seller financing to bring more cash flow. So I'm using other people's money, the bank's money, to buy the office building, and then I'm using other people's money, the tenant's money, to pay for the office building. And ultimately, we get a difference in cash flow. So if the mortgage is $1,500 a month and the tenant pays $3,000 a month, we now are cash flowing $1,500 a month in net positive income. So that puts that money in our pocket, pays for maintenance and expenses and you name it. The tenant is paying their utilities, their electric and their water and their gas, but that $1,500 a month adds up. And then the building is paying down the mortgage. So every month the mortgage gets paid down and the building's appreciating as the market cycle goes up. On average, real estate appreciates 6% a year on average. Sometimes it goes down, sometimes it goes up. But on average, it appreciates over 6% a year. And then there's another strategy that most people don't even talk about. You got to talk to your CPA about this, but it's called depreciation. So if I own an office building, I get to depreciate it every single year for a certain amount of time. If I put new carpet in it or a new refrigerator in it, new windows in it, you name it, I get to depreciate these things. So it gives me a tax write-off like no other. I hardly pay any money in taxes. You might have heard Warren Buffett or Donald Trump. These guys pay no taxes or virtually less taxes than their assistants. It's absolutely the truth because the IRS gives us a luxury. They give us a credit. They give us benefits to create housing and jobs and business for people, and they benefit us for providing that ability or housing for people. So it's a huge write-off. One of the many, many misconceptions. That's what allows us to become millionaires, because if we're not paying that money in taxes, if I save $85,000 this year in tax that I would have owed, and I can purchase a property for $85,000 that's worth maybe $160 and turn around and sell it to somebody, that gives me cash flow. It gives me the ability to make a profit on that tax money where I would have given it to Uncle Sam. So that's higher level stuff. Let's get more into the steps. So we picked the path. So whether it be land or houses, now we need to pick a playground. That is exactly where we're gonna invest in the county. I like to call the playground my county, and I recommend a 2-hour radius of where you currently live. This gives you, the confidence, the ability to go out and meet sellers, meet buyers, have boots on ground, and you're familiar with it already. So that's another step. Another step now is we have to get in touch with the house owners or the landowners or the apartment owners or the office owners. So the best way to get in touch with these guys is going to a program called PropStream. And I give you a link. It's called thelandsharkslist.com. And thelandsharkslist.com will get you a 7-day free trial to PropStream. You can go on there and start pulling lists of land and house owners and start communicating with these people in order to start purchasing the property from them. Now, granted, 99 out of 100 people are not going to want to sell you their property at a discount. So you need to establish who needs your help and who doesn't. You're looking to solve problems for these people. All right, I told you where to find the list of the owners. Now we got to communicate with this list. But before I give you the exact postcard that I use to communicate with this list, I want you to go ahead and stop right now and subscribe to this video. You can keep letting it play, but hit that subscribe button. It's a big red button that says subscribe. Hit it and let's keep moving. All right. How do you communicate with this list? I'm going to give you the exact postcard that I've used to purchase over $10 million plus of real estate. We purchased land with this. We purchased houses with this. We literally just purchased a parcel of land that we're going to build 38 townhomes with this exact postcard. And that is by going to thelandsharks.com/postcard. It's below in the description. This is the exact postcard you need to send out to get your phone ringing. And now, what do you say when they call you? Hey, I got another free gift for you. It's thelandsharks.com/script. Guys, I give so many free gifts away in these videos. You gotta subscribe. That way you can see when they keep coming out. All right, so you're gonna communicate, learn this script, internalize it, and make it your own. Establish rapport with these sellers, build relationships, make a friend, and just remember, again, you're gonna have to talk to a lot of people. 99 out of 100 people are not gonna need your services. You're looking to solve a problem for them. You gotta find motivation, because most of the time, if they're just looking for a fat, bag of cash, they can list it on the MLS or with the realtor. You're trying to solve a problem. A lot of our sellers don't want to list with realtors. There's a monkey on their back. We've got to find out exactly what the motivation is, what the challenges are. That way we can solve them and trade a portion of their equity for the speed and convenience and the best transaction possible, the best service we can possibly give to our clients, and that's the seller. Next is get this property under contract. And once again, I'm gonna give you the exact purchase agreement that I've used to get over $10 million plus worth of real estate under contract. Actually, it's probably way more than that now that I think about it. But I want you to run this contract by a real estate attorney, because I don't know if this will work in every state. I've been using this in Colorado and Florida and a couple other areas, but I want you to use it, make it your own. It's a Word document. You can change it, Your attorney can change it. Hopefully it'll save you a little money, but it's thelandsharks.com/contract. It's 2 pages. It's super simple. And our sellers love it because most of the time when we buy a property from people, this is the first real estate transaction they've ever done. We don't want to overwhelm them with the 18-page contract. We want to keep it super simple. And then finally, you need to know your exit route, whether you're going to rent the property out or maybe it's a piece of land and you're going to buy the land for a crazy discount and your buyer is going to bring you a down payment, say for $5,000. You purchase the land for $5,000. Your buyer is going to bring you a down payment for $5,000, and let's just say the land's worth 15 grand. So you are literally financing this for 33% down. You're getting your money back out of the deal, so your risk is gone, and you're creating a passive income note for yourself. So you're going to get $300, $400, $500 a month for the next 5-6 years. You can continue rinsing and repeating and doing this and use the profits from this to buy other real estate with. And eventually these things compound on themselves. And before you know it, you're going to have 5, 10, 20, 30 properties that other people are paying you for each month, that you've borrowed money from other people to buy it, say banks, and ultimately this is where your equity builds up, and this is not an overnight thing. You don't become a multimillionaire in real estate in like 1 or 2 years. Now, some people may have done that, but I'm just giving you the actual steps to building a business and to where you can become a millionaire through real estate. All right, guys, as you know, the real estate market is absolutely exploding right now. My thing is land. I built a tried and true method of buying land at crazy discounts, showing people how to buy land either with their money or other people's money, or getting this land at crazy discounts and selling it for a quick profit. I teach people how to do this every single day. If you're interested in that sort of thing, head over to thelandsharks.com, schedule a call with me and my team. We'd love to hear your goals and what you're looking to do in real estate. And if we feel like we're a great fit, I'd be honored to coach you.